The inventory of historic sites has some lesser-known houses that tell very interesting stories. For example, there are several houses in the Mount Vernon district that played an important role in early civil rights history. In 1799, George Washington's will freed his slaves, but he did not have the legal authority to free Martha Washington's slaves. So there was a free black community. A group of Quakers from Philadelphia, members of the Troth-Gillingham Company, bought Woodlawn in 1846 in order to prove to Southerners you did not need slave labor to have a successful farm. So they took that 1,959 acres of Woodlawn and sold it to abolitionist white people as well as free blacks. So of that community, several houses still stand. Union Farm, built in 1857 by John Ballinger, is still there. Grandview, built around 1869 by, we think, Joseph Wood, is still there. Another house that was there previously, Holland Hall, was purchased in 1852 by the Gibbs family. Elizabeth Gibbs was the sister of Hillman Troth, who bought and lived in Woodlawn. So her family bought Holland Hall in 1852. That was built by George Mason's father in 1721, making it the second oldest house in Fairfax County. And they sold 100 acres of that to their son-in-law, Charles Ballinger, who built Sherwood in 1859. So Sherwood is still there, Holland Hall is still there. As far as I know, the oldest dwelling in Fairfax County is Squirrel Hill. That's in Oakton, kind of near Vale Schoolhouse. And that was built around 1705. It has since then had additions built onto it. It's a log dwelling. It's really neat. It looks like this old-time log cabin. We do know that Amos Fox owned it at one point, and Fox Mill Road is named after him. We also know that Henry Waple owned it, and Waple's Mill Road is named after Henry Waple. The Robert Wheely House is one of the last three remaining structures from the town of Wheely. Dr. Max Wheely bought a ton of land. He and actually General William Dunn bought thousands of acres in the 1880s. Dunn turned his land into Dunloring. Wheely turned his into the town of Wheely. He plotted it out in 1889, and there were 18 lots to sell. Only about 12 sold, one of which was his nephew's, and his nephew built the Robert Wheely House about 1895. So in the 1920s, A. Smith Bowman came to town. He wanted to found his distillery in that area, which he did in 1934. So he bought a lot of Wheely lots and buildings, and he used the buildings as distilleries. One house on the inventory was actually a trolley station. The Washington, Arlington, and Falls Church electric line was completed in December of 1904, and it ran from 12th and Penn downtown to the Fairfax Courthouse, and there were stations along the route. Each station was to have a ticket area, a waiting room, and living space for the station agent. In 1936, the line ceased operation, and the Oakton trolley station was sold into private ownership. Those people turned that house into a home. Driving past it, beautiful home, you would never know it used to be a trolley station.